I spent $10 to restring my tent poles instead of spending $500 on a brand new tent. Backpacking doesn't have to and shouldn't be super expensive. I think it should be accessible to all of us in all of the different ways. Number one being getting started and getting all the gear that you need to safely recreate overnight outside. When I first got excited about backpacking, I found a secondhand Big Agnes 2-person backpacking tent on Facebook Marketplace. The only challenge is that we have a bit of a challenge when it comes to the cord. So this is just one continuous pole. And if you unscrew this little baby, you'll see that it's super easy actually to connect a new one in. So I went on Big Agnes's website and bought a replacement. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. My first goal here is to just look at the pattern of where it goes so I completely understand, because there's 3 sections like this. But if I look in here, it makes a lot of sense how it works. Inside this little section here, you can see that it travels from this one to this one, but this one is a dead end, which it looks like this one just goes in differently. So I need to take note that this piece, which is the longer piece, is going to attach differently. And it actually does that on both sides. So it's the same, this is the same piece, and on this end, it looks exactly the same how it did on the other end. So this piece is one I might have to look up online, but it doesn't look terribly difficult to figure out how to replace this part. However, this part looks very easy. Again, it has these little knob sections that just come off, and it hooks on the bottom of these. So the 2 ends are going to be super easy to fix. So I'm gonna start with those. You can just pull it out of this because there's a little hook in there. See that? I'm gonna build as I go so that I don't lose anything. Full transparency, I've never done this before, and I'm going on my first camping trip of the season in next weekend. And so I knew that I needed to do this because I didn't want to bring my larger tent out because I'm going by myself. How easy is that? Now I'm folding it over just a little bit. And I'm copying exactly what happened with this one. I'm gonna hook it on to this little piece. Ta-da! Shove it in there, pull it in so I can screw this part back in. It is a little tight right there because of that knot, but that's not a bad thing. There are 2 different sides because this is a pole that attaches into each other. So this is the side that is gonna go into the first piece. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm always making sure I'm building it as it goes. I'm not cutting the cord until the end because I wanna have the exact measurements, and I'm not sure what the exact one's gonna be, and I feel like this is going to lead to the least amount of waste. Oh, I did this one backwards. Ta-da! 2 pieces down, several to go. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and the learning curve of figuring it all out. I have 4 pieces together. This is actually one of the full-size lengths of the top corners. And so now we are at that intersection piece. And so I'm gonna take this out. So this side is the side that I said is a little bit more complicated, and I'm gonna have to look up on Big Agnes how to replace this particular piece. And this is the straight one that goes across the main part of the tent. And it is also extremely loose, so it does need to be replaced. So I'm gonna run it through the one that I just came out of, and it literally is seamlessly going into the other side. And now we just have these pieces on the side. I am occasionally pulling it tight to make sure that there is good tension and there's no sections that are like buckling up or getting stuck and I have a same tension problem after I've completely replaced it, because that would suck. I have learned going this direction where my cord is going through the thicker section and out the thinner section. Sometimes when I get to this end, it gets a little tricky. There might be 2 parts because it definitely just went past one of them. Oh, there we go. And this is that old rope. You can see there is like barely any stretch left in it. We are first cut the whole time, so I'm gonna pull it to make sure there's some tension in there. Made my first cut. Sliding the little tail. All right, it snapped into place, and now you can see there's really good tension on that now. First side, the little knot is attached. Snapped in. The side that is that straight bar, it has a plug there, so you would not be able to accidentally go through there. Another extremely loose one, barely anything left in it. Put this little doodad back on here. The little end cap, I'm gonna call it. Just my second cut. Ta-da! All right, again, putting that tail in here, that knot slides through, and then you can screw or push that end cap on, and you can see really great tension now. I'm gonna Google really quick how to do this center one, and then I'll be back. So what I found on the internet is that this is a little plug. So I'm gonna try to cut this off. This is the old cord. And pull that out. Oh yeah, and then this is just a little tiny pin. I'm not gonna use the scissors open to get this, just closed. Okay, so it's literally this little tiny pin that like clips back together, and then you slide it in so that the cord is gonna go through that little tiny hole right there. They did say to make the loop knot on this side about 4 to 6 inches long. I'm gonna thread this through the little tiny hole here so that it pops up into the center. Just grabbing it. And then I'm gonna take this little doodad, this little pin, put the cord through that loop, clip it closed, and then pull it in. Oh my God, that was so easy. Now I have several pieces to string. If you're wondering how much this shock cord costs, it's just $10 on their website. That is a whole lot cheaper than buying a full new tent. Nothing else is wrong with the tent. It is in great shape. It's the perfect size for hiking with my dog or with my best friend or on solo camping adventures like the one I'm going on. I've never done anything like this before, so if you're like, oh my God, that looks so complicated, I promise you, this is very, very, very easy, and I'm just doing it on a Saturday afternoon. 2 more pieces after this one. Okay, this is the other side, so I'm gonna do what I did before, which is just cut this cord and then pull out that pin. Again, an extremely sad cord. The video did show using a fork so that you didn't lose your cord on the last piece like I did. So this is my last piece and it shot through all the way back to here because I had some tension on this cord. So I'm going to undo this knot and thread it back through that place, and I'll show you how I'm gonna use the fork. So before losing this, I'm gonna put the fork right underneath that knot so it's not going anywhere. Now back to this last piece. This is the last part. I'm gonna thread it through here, just this loop part through this little triangle thing. It came out the other side. I'm gonna attach this guy, close him up, and have it be pulled in. Let my fork go. Thread this back through. Tighten up this knot a little bit. It's not super tight yet. Okay, letting it go in. And she's working her way down here. Working her way in. Needs to be tightened a little more. There we go. Ta-da! You're done! Look at it! It looks so good. There's actually tension in here, so I'm so excited to take these camping. This is a Big Agnes 2+ tent. So the 25-foot repair cord left me with this much left over. It was more than enough for this 2+ tent and only cost $9.95 right on their website. It was super easy to do. Let me know if you have any questions about it. There are many other resources online. I just wanted to show you how simple it was. I'm not a gear nerd. I don't know a lot about it. I'm also really new to backpacking. I love camping. I use a really big old bulky Coleman. In the past, I probably totally would have just bought in a new tent. However, backpacking tents are not cheap. Have a great time outside, y'all. P.S. that took me like about 30 minutes and I was filming. So I'm gonna guess it'll take you like 20, 25.